Hey guys, and thanks for tuning in. Something I wanted to bring up today was the problem with Facebook. The first thing you should do is pause this video and go and watch a video called "The Problem with Facebook" by a guy called Veritasium. It's a great video. It'll tell you a lot about how algorithms within Facebook work and some of the problems that have been existing within that. I'll touch on it very simply. Basically, what happens is if you've got a Facebook page that has, for example, 10,000 people on it, and you put up a post, let's just say it's a picture share, on your Facebook page, and it'll give you the reach at the bottom, and it might say even 50 people. So what it's happening is Facebook is showing that content to the first 50 people that just happen to be online at the time. If those first 50 people are either not interested or they're not real accounts because you've bought them or whatever, if nobody interacts with that content, the post dies. That's it. Nobody else is going to see it. If it gets some likes, if it gets some comments, Facebook will start showing that to a few more people, and that's when you start to actually see some better reach on your page. However, you're never going to get all of those 10,000 people that follow your page to see that post unless you get something go wildly viral. But even then, half the people that are seeing it aren't necessarily people that have liked your page. So that's one of the problems. I've noticed a lot of people posting saying, if you're seeing this, let us know because Facebook's not showing you our stuff. We've got to roll back a couple of years. A couple of years ago, Facebook used to be really, really easy to grow pages. I mean, I've got pages that have got nearly 200,000 likes, and that was pre a lot of the algorithms that are happening now. And the main reason that those algorithms are happening is money. It's as simple as that. Facebook knows that businesses want to be on the Facebook platform because everybody's on the Facebook platform. No other social media to date has got mums and dads and even grandparents to be in the social space. That's why Facebook is such a central point for all these people that want to advertise their business. The problem is that everybody wants to advertise their business. So, and Facebook as a platform doesn't want to be cluttered with ads. There are a lot of ads on Facebook and they happen in different ways, and some of them you'll notice and some of them you won't. And some of them you'll be interested in and some of them you won't. Ultimately, what's happening is that because there is so much content on Facebook, and this is much better explained in the Veritasium video. Basically, Facebook needs to filter all of this information, and unfortunately, your page that has 10,000 people on it, it's filtering it to most people, and the problem is that if some of the pages that I have will be the kind of people that see it, the kind of people that follow those pages are people that will have a look, have a laugh, maybe click through to a website or something like that, but they won't necessarily talk, make comments, like things like that. And all of those things are what makes a post actually get more reach, is the interactions. Click-throughs don't seem to do a lot. There are a lot of things that people try and do with Facebook posts that actually are quite detrimental to the post, and that can be things like tagging pages. Tagging pages really hurts the post. If you try and post a YouTube link, that won't do very well compared to if you were to, for example, say embed it in a website. If you embed it in a website, then it's not a direct YouTube link, and then Facebook will give it a little bit of an easier time. The big question is, how do you get around this? And unfortunately, you kind of can't. I mean, it depends on your community based around around your Facebook page. Now, some pages, like I said, some businesses are going to find it really, really hard because, like, if for example, say you're a plumber, people don't go on Facebook looking for a plumber unless you're in a small community group, and that's an entirely different thing, which is kind of a thing here in New Zealand for different areas. But again, I mean, you're looking at small communities looking for services within services. Uh, the problem is if, for example, say a plumber wants to get to new people in his area, well, yeah, you can buy Facebook advertising. Facebook advertising is dollar for dollar very expensive, but you can target it to what you want. The unfortunate thing is that, as again I say, people don't go on Facebook to look at ads. In fact, people get quite upset with the amount of advertising that's on Facebook now, and it's actually not that much. And a lot of people now are starting to think about other alternatives to Facebook. There are some, none of them again have that sort of mums and dads and grandparents coming into it. Patreon is something that's becoming quite interesting of late. But then you're asking another level of loyalty from your fan base that are actually going to pay to see your content. It works for some people, it doesn't work for other people, and again, that's more something that would be for someone who creates maybe photography or videos or something like that. It's probably not something that's going to be ideal for somebody who's selling a product. Instagram's sort of getting a bit more, a lot of people are ditching their Facebook pages in favor of Instagram. The difference with Instagram is that there's a lot of companies on Instagram that will just follow hashtags. So if you're the kind of person that spams 30 odd hashtags or whatever the maximum is in each Facebook post, you're going to get a lot of people that are going to interact with your content that aren't interested in your content. They're interested in you seeing their name because of something that you tagged. That's a little bit useless. If I hashtag anything on Instagram, I try and keep it really specific to what I'm doing at the time. And tagging locations is actually quite a good one for Instagram. But yeah, the other thing that we're looking into a lot lately is YouTube. YouTube is sort of this massive, massive platform that has so many people on it. The hard part with YouTube is that it's a very well populated thing. It's not the easiest thing to get a lot of people subscribing to your channel unless your content just goes crazy and you get a lot of views. Then yeah, you'll get people subscribed to your channel. It's not something that's ideal for a business. Again, not ideal for a business. So the problem really does exist is how do you get something for a business to do well? I'm thinking sort of medium to small business. Larger businesses will have a marketing team who will come up with all these crazy ideas and they have the budgets to just spend big on Facebook. A lot of the companies now that you see that have got these big these big companies, particularly in New Zealand, sort of your telcos and your fast food chains and stuff, they're all spending huge on advertising. That's their budget is going into that social space because they know that there's just so many people in it. And that's fair enough. I mean, if that's what they want to do with their money, hey, that's totally cool. Some of the bigger companies are doing influencer marketing. I'm an influencer for a couple of things as well, and that's a different way of doing stuff. The fundamental problem now is that a lot of people are thinking, and this is kind of an unfair mentality, so I'm kind of actually going to defend Facebook here a little bit, is that a lot of the success that people had in the past, including me, was effectively free. It didn't cost anything. It didn't cost anything to have a Facebook page. You still got your reach. What's basically happening now is that Facebook came out and openly said, it's online, that they were going to reduce organic reach to 0. And the reason they were going to do that is because they know that it's a marketing platform for a lot of people now, which is totally understandable. It's Facebook's domain, it's their space, and they can control the price. That's fine. People now are getting quite upset in the fact that there are other things that are free, like Instagram. But even Instagram has got paid posts and limited reach because they've started to add algorithms now. So yeah, it's an interesting thing. I mean, yeah, you can spend a lot of money and buy you can buy fake likes, but you can advertise to get real likes from real people. But again, that's something that you're probably going to want to do something very specifically. In fact, I have a little thing that I'm going to trial very soon, which is doing exactly that. And I'll let you know how that goes if you're interested. But yeah, I mean, I guess the real big question is what's going to happen next, because a lot of people are pulling their time and money away from Facebook and looking for alternatives. Obviously, we've gone over some of those already, and there are more out there as well. The biggest problem at the moment, and possibly the biggest potential contender, would be something like Google+. YouTube sort of has made its own community now, but it's more of a creators talking to creators community as opposed to something that everyday people can come and take on like Facebook. Google Plus is an interesting one, but unfortunately Google Plus is pretty much just populated by Google employees. It's a good platform, it works really well. I use it, not a lot, I don't put a lot of time into it, but it works, it's nice, hashtags work on there. But yeah, ultimately I don't really have a golden bullet answer for this thing. It's more just trying to help people understand why things are happening. And again, I mean, it's just down to Facebook is a marketable platform and they know that they can command the dollars, and they really don't care about medium to small businesses, from what I can tell. Because, you might go and spend, you might have a photography page, for example, and you'll put $100 on a marketing campaign to people in your area. Unfortunately, you've also got to compete with tens of thousands of dollars worth of budget from your telcos, your internet providers, your local like Harvey Normans and things like that. Those are all the people that you're now contending with your little $100. And that is why Facebook is becoming very difficult for medium to small businesses. And it really depends on, again, the biggest thing that I would say is get your community interactive. That's the easiest way. Well, it's not necessarily easy, but that's the way that you're going to continue to enjoy organic reach for free. For now, until it becomes zero, which Facebook did say, well, like what I read, I don't know how accurate it is, but apparently it will become to the point where organic reach basically ends up at zero. Most people now are experiencing, like, again, if you had a page with 10,000 people on it, you might experience an average interaction post, maybe call it 10 likes, might get 500 reach. And that's, and obviously you've now got 9,500 people that want to see your content, but unless they come looking for it, it's not going to show up in their newsfeed. So yeah.